Hello, beautiful, and welcome to Finding Fertility. I'm your host, Monica Cox from FindingFertility.co, and I created this podcast to help get you to start thinking outside of the box and realize that your infertility might have nothing to do with your lady bits. Rooted in functional medicine and personal experience, Finding Fertility is all about looking at the whole body and finding the root cause of your infertility. Finding Fertility does not diagnose, prescribe, or treat any issues of infertility, but what we do is take a holistic approach and improve your diet and your lifestyle to get you steps closer to creating your dream family. Just by being here with me, listening to this podcast, you're already going down the right path to making your dreams come true. Let's do this together. Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Finding Fertility. I'm your host, Monica Cox, and I'm so honored you are here with me, becoming the conscious mama you were born to be. Today, we have another community live talk that obviously I share with you guys in the time being. I'm not gonna lie, this one's pretty old. I think I recorded it back in May 2024. I think we're in the new year now. But I really hope that this resonates with you guys. It's something back then that I just started getting into and realizing, and I hope that this connects with you because I think this is going to be a game changer for a lot of people. So without further ado, let's get to today's episode. I have had some really amazing discovery calls and one-to-one sessions over the last week and a bit. And one of the underlying themes is this thing that I didn't make up, I promise. Some scientist made it up, and he called it the morphic field. What I understand about this morphic field, this concept of it, is that it's a reality that you can kind of step into and kind of soak up that energy while you're still in the thick of it, okay? For me, this kind of resonates with what I'm doing as your guys' kind of coach, as a mentor, as a friend. I'm able to stand in this morphic field, in this belief system, really strongly, like no one can knock me down, strength, that your body was designed to be a healing machine, and that when you do the right things for you, you can get back into homeostasis and achieve the things that you want to achieve, which us here, ultimate goal, creating the family of your dreams. We have right now someone in the group sessions, it wasn't able to show up today, who I hands down believe that when she corrects a few things, especially gut health, she can be able to get pregnant naturally. She's been told that she needs donor egg. Now, whether she wants to, or whether she does give birth to a donor egg, that doesn't mean that she still can't get pregnant naturally after, right? We get to choose how we move through life, and sometimes what we think we want comes first, and then what we're like, oh, I didn't believe I could have that, comes second. I've talked to several people with secondary fertility issues that got just extremely pushed away from the possibility of getting pregnant naturally again. I have another one-to-one client who there is literally nothing on paper or testing that says that she cannot get pregnant naturally, even though she's done 10 rounds of IVF and they failed. Obviously, a lot of women come into my discovery calls who have multiple failed treatments or miscarriages and are living in this kind of morphic field, this residence of a belief that
they can't get to their ultimate goal without medical assistance. Now they're living there, but their heart is telling them something different. Their intuition, their gut is like, there's something different. Or even it might just be, I think they're being told, but also I know this to be true as well. Desperation, right? I've tried all that. I've tried that way. I thought it was going to work and it didn't. So I am now desperate because I'm not ready to give up. I'm not ready to go to the next step, whatever that next step medical wise would be. I'm willing to do things. Your life has hit rock bottom. You're so tired with the BS that you're willing to shift and do some dramatic things. Or you've realized that you've been throwing darts in the dark. You feel lost. You've tried so many different things, but they haven't stuck. They haven't worked. And you're willing to come into my morphic field, because I set this reality, this frequency, this belief system of pure potential for you. Your body absolutely can do it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on its own, like naturally, or, a way you thought a medical treatment should be. But I set up this field, this resonance for you guys to believe so deeply in yourself. Come into my energy, come into my field, get super grounded. Like, yes, I know I can do this. Even though the evidence of my past says I can't, I know that if I start making different moves, I can. And that's the kind of container that I'm able to give you, because I literally lived your life. I literally lived in years, half a decade of having zero evidence that I could get and stay pregnant with or without medical treatment. So I know the difficulty of potentially hearing what I'm saying, and going like, yeah, okay, yeah, surrender, cruise control, do the things that I need to do. And I know it's just not that simple. There are steps, there are processes. You have to find what is right for you in all the 6 areas, right? The diet, the rest and recovery, energetics, awareness, mindset, and the supplementation. And that can feel exhausting when you've already been on this journey for years and you've already gone through so many medical treatments and so many different other things. What this field also provides is a safe place to know that restarting is okay, that it doesn't mean that you're starting from scratch, that you are starting from the place that you are now. You know more, you feel more, you are listening to yourself, you're hearing your truth more, and you are able to stand in that for yourself, even if everyone around you, including your partner, thinks you got a little cray-cray. Okay? Been there too. Still there. People still think I'm going crazy, which maybe I am, but I always say that my consistent action creates my evidence. I no longer need to see proof of what I want in my life. I'm still working on surrendering in deeper levels. And that's probably where a lot of you are too at the moment. Surrendering to letting go of control, letting go of how these things are going to happen. Because with the whole type A-ness, those are just patterns that we have run in our life again and again and again. And for the most part, they have completely worked for us. We have gotten everything we thought we wanted or that we truly wanted. But the truth of the matter is that most fertility journeys cannot type A their way out of it, because on a physical level, your adrenals have just been maxed out, your endocrine system is maxed out, your gut health is maxed out. So physically, your body's like, I've been through enough, I'm done, I'm drained. On an energetic level, and this is what I'm seeing with my clients who are just moving into more energetic, the subconscious mind empowerment packages, who have, they're physically good to go. This is where choice comes in, and this is where coming into this morphic field is incredibly important. And choosing to believe that there's some deep lessons on an energetic level that our soul's purpose or our soul's journey needs us to learn, either before the first, second, or third baby comes in. And that could be going back to like soul contracts. If you believe that your baby chooses you before they come down. I've talked about this before. I know, especially my second child was meant for me, to trigger the shit out of me, to get me to wake up. My fertility journey didn't require that of me, but my entrepreneurship and my motherhood journey required that. And maybe I just needed stronger, quote unquote, lessons, to like smack me in my face and wake me up, where it could be possible in a fertility journey when everything is right, you're doing all the right things, IVF is still not working. It might just be part of the piece of your puzzle that you need to let go. You need to surrender. And surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean that you're not going to use IVF or maybe potentially donor egg, but you're surrendering to the path. And when you surrender, you're much more able to make empowered choices about the future instead of fear-based or time pressure or based on, crappy tests or doctors and what they think. The IVF industry, they're smart. Whether they consciously do it or not, they know exactly what they need to prey on. They know exactly, I mean, some of the deals that they have out there are pretty insane. And I think a lot of couples go into them thinking like, yeah, that's okay. At least there's that at the end of it, which I can understand. But getting into this field, this belief system, this energy, that what you are doing, what you are going to consistently keep doing is going to get you to your ultimate goal, and be so concreted in that is really powerful. I want to say that this is what I did, but I didn't have the conscious knowledge of it. I know I dramatically slowed down. I know I dramatically changed my mindset around things. And of course, after 8 years of a journey, and then having a miscarriage with our last medical treatment, I knew then I was done. So that potentially helped me to surrender even more. That was, in my mind, that was going to be it. If I didn't get pregnant naturally, I don't know, who knows. But the whole process of surrender, of getting into this belief system, into this residence, I get to help you do that, right? But it is all inside of you. You have to deeply believe it for yourself, or kind of pretend and keep showing up for yourself and finding out if there are things in your life that are deterring you from committing to your physical commitments that you need to take on a consistent basis. What's blocking you? What are those energetic blocks that are blocking you from stepping into that field of limitless possibilities for yourself. So I hope this little pep talk has been useful and helpful for everyone listening to it. So I hope this helps with the surrender part, with the kind of understanding of like, how do you step into those belief systems? How do you step into that energy? It is very, very useful. I think Lacey Phillips, I did her program and she called it an expander. When you see someone who has done what you want to do and you resonate with their message and the way that they got there, that is called an expander. And it's basically a morphic field. You step into their field of residence and their belief system, and you kind of almost like seal it, like, which is good. Have it, like, I want you guys to have this for yourself. So I'm an expander. I'm setting this morphic energetic field for you to really get super concreted in the belief system that your body is a healing machine, because that is the truth. That is scientific fact, that if your body didn't heal itself daily, you would be dead by now. And especially in this modern society with all the chemicals and the foods and the stressors and all that kind of stuff, right? So getting really grounded in that and believing in yourself, that I'm not, some people are like, well, you're an outlier. Why? Like, look, I want to claim that I'm like this amazing outlier. Like, like, yes, that is amazing. But at the same time, I know everyone's just as special if they allow themselves to be. Okay. So I hope this helps. I hope you guys have a beautiful day.
Thank you once again for tuning in to the Finding Fertility podcast. If you're loving this podcast, please leave us a rating and review and let us know how this podcast is supporting you to get steps closer to creating your dream family. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and we will see you next Friday for another episode of the Finding Fertility podcast.